Good morning, Aho. It is just after 8 a.m. with this horribly lit shot. Just after 8 a.m. in the beautiful town of Ajo, Arizona. It really is gorgeous. Yesterday in my video I mentioned that there was a possibility that I would be making it to Tucson. If you saw the events that transpired, that is not happening. I called the dial-a-ride office because that's the only form of transit out here, really. And they said that the bus to Tucson was full. So instead, here I am at 8 a.m. catching the bus back to Phoenix. It is interesting that this town gets direct service to both Tucson and Phoenix, and it seems well used given that it was full. But I'm not letting that discourage me. It's currently 8:10 a.m. now. Kind of lied when I first said what time it was at the beginning of the shot. But I'm walking to the nearest gas station, which is just across the street, to pick up some supplies before I head out on the big open road. Wow, that hurts. That was supposed to be the bus that would have taken me to Tucson. Well, one of the buses. That's just a dial-a-ride bus. Alrighty, I'm armed with some gas station coffee. It's time to walk. It's sitting there taunting me. It's time to walk to the transportation offices and hope that the bus to Phoenix will give me a ride. No, literally, why is that bus following me? So I spoke with the driver of the Sun Shuttle bus, who happens to be next to me. And she said the bus will pick up right over here, which is in front of my motel. So hope that works out. I'm just gonna enjoy my burrito then. I do believe that's my ride. So I guess the driver was telling the truth. Cool. Not my ride, but my ride is apparently coming. So let me sit here and continue waiting. Oh, my ride is here. And I think it might be the same lady as yesterday. That'll be funny. Good morning. So, in case you missed the last video, the situation is, I'm in the town of Ajo, Arizona. This is a very small former mining town in the deep desert of Arizona. The reason I went there was because they have buses that connect directly to Tucson and Phoenix. In the last video, I tried to get on the bus that went from Tucson to Ajo, but it only ran once a day. And the return trip in the mornings going Ajo to Tucson only ran at 6 a.m. And when I went to go try to see if I could score a ride on it, the dispatchers told me that that was probably not possible. It was already booked up by locals. So, no biggie. The other alternate is the Route 685. This is a Valley Metro run bus service that's more of a van that runs to Phoenix 4 times a day. And that is what I did. So, this video is me traveling from the nice town of Ajo to Phoenix on this 3.5-hour van through the desert. We're back in Gila Bend. Here's the same gas station from yesterday. This is our snack stop. So, just like yesterday, I have the same driver, same van, same funky little affair. We're here for a little stop in Gila Bend to use the bathroom, get some snacks, and then we'll be on our way to Phoenix. We got the bus stop, we got a train in the background, and we got the bus. I'm good.
No.
Aircraft graveyard. There's so many rare tails in there. We made it.
We were actually 10 minutes early. Woo!
Three and a half hours later, my wonderful ride through the desert has ended here in the town of Phoenix. I'm not actually in downtown Phoenix right now. I'm at a transit center very off into the suburbs. This is the Desert Sky Transit Center. There's a mall behind me. There's my driver in the van leaving. But yeah, that was an incredible ride. Just so funky, so fun. Really made up for the fact that I missed out on the Tucson bus. But I'm here in Phoenix, and now I have the rest of the day to explore and see what I will do. So I have a couple things on my agenda. One, I need to connect to light rail, so I'm gonna hop on the Route 29. And then two, I need a transit card. They call their card the copper card here, and I need to figure out where I can buy one. Okay, well I can't seem to find anywhere to buy a card, so I think I'll just try to cash it. Next 29, let's see, 3 minutes I believe. So what I thought was interesting about that ride was how well used it was. I mean, my van left completely full. I mean, there were only 7 people on board, including me, but still, that was completely full. So I really think that they could use a capacity upgrade. But I also realized that they run with 7-passenger vans because you need a commercial driver's license to drive any other vehicle bigger than that. So they don't really have a whole lot of choice. And with the fact that the route is 3 hours each way, I mean, they only have 1 driver per run, and they have 4 runs per day. So they don't exactly have an abundance of drivers to drive these routes. But that was an excellent adventure into rural transit. Now, I have some time in... I don't see my bus yet. I have some time in the big city. I'm gonna try to enjoy that. Wow. We got a C40 LFR. I know how to drive one of those. Looks like my bus is pulling out of the tripper lane. In theory, it will circle around and then come pick me up. Let's hope this theory holds true. Looks like my theory was right. So here I am off the bus at Central and Thomas. This is not downtown Phoenix. This is somewhat north of downtown Phoenix. And it's here that I'm going to transfer to the light rail. And the light rail is going to be what takes me into downtown. And before I get on the light rail, I'm gonna go buy a copper card because I frankly don't have enough cash to keep doing this. So hopefully the ticket vending machines have some cards. This is a very Phoenix view. We got the big streets, blue skies, and some somewhat big office buildings. And now, I am the proud new owner of a copper card. And at $4 for a new card, this is one of the most expensive transit cards I've ever gotten. But we're all set. Man, I get dots. That's messed up. Alrighty. Alrighty, I'm in the closer to downtown Phoenix now. And the reason I got off here is because I found that there is a cafe. The time is currently 1 p.m. I'm feeling a little peckish. I'd like a snack, a little drinky drink, because I have a little built-in break to my day. My next plan is to hop on some commuter buses and explore those, but they don't start running until later in the day at 3 p.m. So I'm gonna burn some time here in downtown and then ride some commuter expresses. And we try out the Fair Trade Cafe today, which seems to be built on some mixed-use development. I kind of wish it was earlier in the day so I could get one of their coffees because, like, this is good. But Earl Grey tea for me. Why does this place actually have the nicest bathroom ever? Like, vibes are crazy in here. Alrighty, after a very nice little break, I am now rested, I'm now refreshed, and I'm leaving the coffee shop to go on a little walk. The time is currently 2 p.m. The first commuter bus that I want to take, the I-17 Rapid, leaves at 3:05 p.m. from a bus stop that's 15 minutes away. So in that hour, I'm gonna go check out something called the Japanese Garden that's close by. I appear to have stumbled upon a nice dense neighborhood. Wow, I didn't know Phoenix had these. Alrighty, Japanese Friendship Garden. And an old house. Oh, looks plenty Japanese to me. Oh, it's $14 to enter? Never mind. Oh, here's a view of the garden from the outside. It looks nice, but maybe not $14/$11 for students nice. I think something that's even more interesting is that this like greenway situation that I'm on here, this entire little park, is built on the Interstate 10 freeway. So right now I'm standing on top of a massive freeway. Good job, Phoenix. You'd never be able to guess this entire park is just on top of the freeway. I mean, over there is the light rail and the big street. And here it's just park. Up here, you can see the spread of the park. And then this little sidewalk and the light rail that crosses over. It's a great way to minimize, well, road pedestrian interfacing. So it is good to know that Phoenix has at least one area of minor walkability. Not really something you'd expect to hear from Phoenix. Everywhere else looks pretty grim though. It's definitely good that I chose to visit here in December. It's December 31st, happy almost 2025. Because I don't remember the last time I was able to just walk around in a t-shirt. It's so nice right now. Good thing I'm not here in the summer. Now what is going on here? Oh, these are pandas. From Chengdu to Phoenix. Cool. 大熊猫. Pandas. If you would like to know what the Chinese sign says, it is a literal translation of the English down there. So, as I get closer to the bus stop for the commuter rapid that I want to take, should talk about my plan a little more. My plan is to hop on the I-17 Rapid. This is a bus that goes up I-17, and one of the stops it makes is at the Thelda Williams Transit Center, which is the home to one of Vona Valley Metro's newest extensions. They extended the light rail there pretty recently. So I'm going to take it up to there, and then hop on the light rail back to downtown. And then in downtown, I'm going to hop on another commuter express, and then make my way closer to my hotel for the night. It's interesting that in this area there's like apartments on apartments on apartments, but I don't see anyone. I guess that's just what happens when Phoenix is like such a car-centric city. I also realized that these apartments are all close to a campus for ASU, and because it's December 31st, chances are most students are at home with their families. So I guess that explains why it's a little dead right now. It's all apartments. Over here it's apartments, over there it's apartments, over there it's more apartments. Impressively high buildings. So there's still about 30 minutes until my bus, and it's boarding from somewhere called the Arizona Center, which appears to be a shopping mall. So I guess if anything else, I get to go check out a little shopping mall. Oh, Arizona Center spotted. It appears the upper part of this mall is part of ASU, or, well, it seems pretty empty at the moment, so formerly or soon to be, perhaps. Interesting. Yo, they got a water feature here? Okay, Phoenix, I was not familiar with your game. Alrighty, I'm done relaxing. It's back to the grind of the bus. And I get to walk through this cute little water feature first. Time to wait for my bus. It's got a branded shelter. Looks like I get an Excelsior. Not only that, a bendy Excelsior that's gonna go on the highway. Cool. Hello.
I-17 Rapid to Happy Valley Parking Lot. Long Building Williams Transit Center.
It's got nice seats too. I don't know if I've ever been on an Excelsior with seats that can recline. That's interesting to me. These windows are incredibly tinted. This is a certified Arizona moment. think commuter buses are by far my favorite way to travel, especially in a new city. Anywhere, really. I love commuter buses. Anyway, I'm here at the Metro Parkway Light Rail Station. This is the newest Phoenix Metro Light Rail Station. And I'm just gonna take the train back down towards downtown to continue my commuter bus adventures. There's the transit center down here, and then the light rail is up there. Wow. Elevated light rail station. And a light rail train that is in service? In service. Use other door. Okay.
Next stop,
Mountain View Road and 25th Avenue.
this is the train to
Gilbert Road and Main Street.
Next stop, Thomas and Central Avenue. This is the train to
Alrighty, I have detrained at McDowell and Central because there's a library here. I need to pee. They have public bathrooms. Phoenix is, funny enough, one of those cities that has a Route 0. It's a very big library, and it appears I am in luck that they are open on New Year's Eve. Whoa. I feel like I'm entering a museum. This library is so cool. I think that this is the best public library I've ever been in, because I'm on the 5th floor right now. And the window's a little dirty, but I can foam. Okay, I've done my foaming. The adventure continues. The adventure is being put on hold while I admire how clean these windows are. Wow. There's no chairs though, so I can't really sit here. Okay, never mind. I'm not waiting around for that long. Bye bye, beautiful view. Hang on. Alright, easily the best library I've ever visited. So big, so nice. So nice. They even had like fans pumping up cool air from the floor. It was so big and airy. And just a short walk away from the library, I'm back through the park that I was in earlier with the pandas from Chandler. And the reason I'm here is because this is where my next commuter bus boards. I'm hopping on the Route 542 to Chandler, because it's one of the longest commuter routes that Valley Metro runs, and it runs every 20 minutes during peak times, and I'm gonna hop on it, and it'll take me to Chandler. Is it Chandler or Chandler? I don't know. Hello, pandas. It's good to see you again. Here at the end of the Interstate 10 park is, well, Interstate 10. And that's why my bus board's from here, because it's the last stop before the highway. So that in itself is a bit of a double-edged sword, because On the one hand, I can just get on the bus and we get right on the highway, and then we zip off to our destination. But on the other hand, if it's a crowded run, I don't get my first pick of seats. So we'll see how popular the commuter bus is on this fine New Year's Eve. Oh, awesome. I found the one protected bike lane in Phoenix. Oh boy. Safety first. Very safe, very mindful. This here is a fascinating bus stop that is only served by commuter routes. So it's only active between the hours of like 3 and 7 p.m. Ooh, our first of the commuter buses rolling through. A suburban C40 LFR. We got an MCI, but still not for me. This is on the 533. Fancy. And then if I did my commuter maths right, the next one should be me. Is for me. I got a nice MCI today. It should be a good ride.
Route 542 Express to Chandler Park and Ride.
Updating on everything that
I really had nothing to worry about. This bus is basically empty. Alright, is the sun messing with the bus's tint, or is that another rainbow? Passing the airport. At the Chandler Park and Ride, my plan is to connect onto the Route 112, and this is the route that's going to take me to Mesa. And from Mesa, I'm just going to take the light rail to where my hotel is for tonight. This is so cool. Thank you. Alrighty. So, after that nice little ride, I just learned I missed the 112. So, I have about 20 minutes to explore, really. There's a park down here. Google Maps has reports of a railway museum, but it's closed because, you know, it's 5:20 p.m. on New Year's Eve. I don't think it was going to be open in the first place. So, just going to walk around a little and then hop on the 112. Oh. I guess it wasn't the bus's tint. There's a 112 pulling in. And there's my bus pulling out. Oh, so I might not be able to go inside, but it seems like their collection is visible from the street. It's time for me to take a little walk over. So, not like you can tell much with this lighting, but Google Maps suggested that this street ended about here. It looks like it actually keeps going, and I might be able to get a decent look at the Railway Museum's collection. So, to start off, they have an ex-Toronto PCC trolley right there. Then some locomotives, some passenger cars. Wow. This is really some awful lighting, but it's the best I got. We got a couple switcher locomotives here. A beautiful sunset, but I'm focused on the trains. A locomotive for the Magma Arizona Railroad. And some other equipment down there. And over there is something I am extremely interested in. Ex-Santa Fe bi-level cars. Cool. So these ex-Santa Fe bi-levels that are hanging out over here, I believe these are Highliner cars. These are the predecessors to the Amtrak Superliners that I spent such a long time on yesterday. This is so cool. Well, I guess if you're ever in Chandler, there's a transit accessible railroad museum. I'm probably gonna miss the next bus because I spent too much time filming. Ooh, they got a steam train too. Only open Saturdays and Sundays and closed for the summer. How interesting. I was just able to find this. Cool. And now, with the sunset behind me, I must make my way back to the park and ride. Arizona has such nice and late sunsets. In California, it's sunsets at like 4:30 p.m. in this season. Here it's 5:30 and the sun's only going down now. Alright, let's see if I can shave some time off by frolicking through the open field. Alrighty, park here, ride there. Should be back in business. I got 6 minutes to my bus. Pretty sunset. Arizona has such nice nature. Why do humans choose to put cars in it? My purple chariot awaits. They still got the pretty lights up.
Chandler Center for the Arts. Transfer to Route 156.
45 minutes later, I made it and just missed a train. Oh, that's not going in my direction. Yay. Oh. So that was my train. That's too bad. Whoa. Big public art. So, after my ride on the 112, here I am in Mesa, where I'm just gonna hop on the light rail, and that's gonna take me to Tempe, because that's where my hotel is, but I also have a little bit more exploring to do. Wonder what's going on over there. I've been breaking the rules all day.
Station. Please stand back from the platform edge. Allow passengers to exit the vehicle before boarding.
Perhaps the best thing I've discovered about Valley Metro Light Rail. I can see everything. And after some time, I have made it to ASU Tempe. This is where I will be spending the night. I have a hotel that's a little bit a ways, and the reason I stopped here as opposed to my hotel, which was a couple stops back, or long story, the reason I stopped here is because Tempe has a town park that kind of adjoins the river. There's like a nice little riverfront walk, some bridges, and I wanted to go check that out. And also, Tempe has a free streetcar that I really wanted to go check out. That's the real reason I do anything. This beach against the Salt River also has a railroad bridge and a streetcar bridge. As you can see, there goes a freight train now. Since it's nighttime, I can't really see all that much, so I'm gonna keep walking away from the bridge and head down to the terminus of the Tempe streetcar, this green little streetcar. So what's the point of all this then? What is water for if not for swim? It really is a shame that Phoenix has no direct rail access to the US, because Maricopa, where I got off the train yesterday, is the closest you get to Phoenix. They run a throughway connection van that goes to Phoenix. The whole reason I was going to Tucson was so that I could technically get to Phoenix using only public transit. That clearly fell through, but it just sucks because the tracks exist. All the tracks are still there. Freight trains still use them. The train stations are not used since the 90s, but they're still there. The Sunset Limited just goes through Maricopa instead, and it makes no sense to me. But here we are. Whoa. What evil corporation have I walked in on? Yo, it's so dinky. Right up there, that is the terminus. Wow. Dinky boy. But here the route gets a little funky as we literally go through a roundabout. I don't know how much you can see, but we also don't have priority, and I just go through the middle of it. Here we are, stuck at a grade crossing while the train goes through. This is funky. That was a cute little ride. Anyway, I'm here at Rural and Apache to get some food before I just walk back to my hotel. One Mediterranean bowl acquired. I'm just gonna walk 15 minutes to my hotel. And now, here we are, the Graduate Hilton. Now, what if I told you this is the biggest reason that I picked this hotel? They give you a student ID for a room key. So they're very big on the student kind of thing. Alrighty. And these are the digs for the night. Cool. And so here I am in my hotel for the night. Today is a day of transit success, especially when compared to yesterday. This morning, around 12 hours ago, I was 130 miles away in the town of Ajo, and public transit brought me here. I had a great day. I explored most of Phoenix, saw most of the transit they had to offer, and tomorrow holds more. I can't think of a better way to end my 2024 than this. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye.